Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Zen Within Me. Okay, today's reading is going to be for Sagittarius. So Saggy, it's confession time. What do you need to release? All right, let's get into it. Please give me clear and concise messages for Sagittarius. What do they need to confess to themselves and what do they need to release? What does Sagittarius need to confess to themselves and what do they need to release? Please give me clear and concise messages for Sagittarius. What do they need to confess to themselves and what do they need to release? Please continue to protect us, watch over us, and guide us always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what does Sagittarius need to confess to themselves and release? Okay, so Sagittarius, we're starting off with the Nine of Swords here. A lot of anxiety and inner suffering. Okay, Saggy, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. You need to woo-saw, mellow out, okay? Nothing but peace and love here. You got a lot of anxiety. Some of you may be under a lot of stress, and you need to calm the fuck down, okay? Take a nice bath, have a glass of wine, have a shot of whiskey. A shot, not a bottle. Watch some Netflix, put some Amazon on. Just calm down. Keep in mind, things can always be worse. It's not that bad. Okay. See, don't go flipping out. All right. Oh, wait, I just used those cards. Okay, so let's see. What does Sagittarius need to focus on and what do they need to release? What does Sagittarius need to focus on? And what does Sagittarius need to release? What does Sagittarius need to focus on? And what does Sagittarius need to release? What does Sagittarius need to confess and release? What does Sagittarius need to confess and release? Okay, so we got that. Thank you. All right, so we have here relationship healing. So you have a lot of anxiety about some kind of relationship. Now, this doesn't focus just on love. This could be love, family, a friend, work, whatever kind of relationship it is that is giving you anxiety. You need to heal that. Now, for some of you, it could be having a conversation with this person and letting them know how you feel and what's on your mind. And for others, you may need to release this person, because if this person is giving you anxiety, you don't need them around, okay? If they're causing inner suffering, you don't need them around, okay? Also here, with sexuality, you might be suffering from a miscarriage and you're really stressed, like you may not be able to have kids. Really sorry if that's the case. I don't have much to say on that because it is a very touchy subject and it is very sensitive. But being that it came out with relationship healing, and this could also be a miscarriage, if you've had a miscarriage and the person that you're with is giving you shit about it, you may need to release that person. Like if they're like, you're trying to make amends with them, you can't have kids, and they're like, well, if you can't have kids and I don't want to be with you, then you're just going to have to release them. Okay. You also may not be talking to someone because you're in this state of inner suffering due to your miscarriage. And so you may not want to be having like sex with your partner and it's putting a damper on your relationship. I strongly suggest that you have a conversation with this person, because this person may be very understanding so that you can salvage this relationship. That it's just they may not know how to react towards you, what to say to you, because this is a very sensitive subject. So they may be hurting as well, if you've lost this child together, and they're having a hard time dealing as well. So having them feeling sad and and suffering as well, and then also trying to help you cope, and it's just causing conflict between you guys. I would say, if possible, try to heal from this horrible situation together, because if you're equally hurting, well, may not equally because you're the mother, so you're going to hurt more. But if this, person in your life is hurting as well, just try to understand that, and try to do your best to heal together so you guys keep that bond. Okay, and then we have abundance here. So some of you are actually worried about money. You're getting anxiety, and you're really in your head and worried about money. Okay, which a lot of people are going through at this time, so it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's see. Sagittarius. What do you need to confess and release at this time? What do you need to confess and release at this time? Okay, what does Sagittarius need to confess and release at this time? Okay, friendliness. So yeah, you might not be behaving very nicely to people at this time. I'm getting like, because you're under a lot of stress, you're like biting people's heads off. So really do your best to try and release that energy, and just come off a little nicer. Okay, because just keep in mind, like, if you don't have money coming in and it's not somebody else's fault, don't take it out on them. Be nice to them, especially if they're trying to help. Okay, so what does Sagittarius need to confess and release? Okay, let's see. What do we have here? A moment's regret. Nostalgia. Idealizing the past. Fearing you've made a mistake. Okay, so for those of you that are in your head and you're having anxiety and you're suffering about something, a mistake you made in the past, it's time to release that. Okay, because it's not serving your higher purpose. It's not doing you any good. You can't change the past. Okay? And if it's something that, it says fearing you've made a mistake, you have regrets. If it is something that you might be able to salvage, get out of this mindset and try and salvage it. But if it's something that you tried to salvage and you still can't, it's like, that's it, it's over and done with, then if it's been a proper amount of time, because if it's like, oh, well, this just happened an hour ago, well, clearly you need some time. But if it's been like weeks or months or something, then do your best to, okay, if you've tried everything you can do, try to now heal and let this go. It's time to release it for those of you that this resonates with. Okay, what does Sagittarius need to confess and release? What does Sagittarius need to confess and release? Okay. Okay. So we have here, bride in a cage. So some of you feel like you're stuck in a relationship and you have a lot of anxiety over it. You're very stressed out. You're never stuck. There's always a solution. It may not be a solution you like, but there's always a solution. So bride in a cage. If you feel, like I said, you're stuck in some marriage or something like that, and you're feeling, because of lack of money, because I just noticed how this is coming next to each other. If you feel like, because there's a lack of money, you can't get divorced or you can't get separated or anything like that. If you have friends, family that you can stay with and get separated because you really feel in this energy and it's like you're suffering, just fuck it. Go. Stay with, who cares what anybody thinks or says? This is an awful energy to be in. And if you feel that stuck and you're suffering and you have anxiety, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about that. If you have a place to go, your sanity is more important. Okay? So just focus on that. If you got some place that you can crash, then make it happen. Or if you need to kick the other person out because they can go someplace else, don't worry about what's going on with them. If you feel this awful, just do what you got to do to separate and then figure out the money. If you got to start selling some stuff, just figure it out because this is awful and this is not going to help you. Okay? All right, so let's see, Sagittarius, what do you need to focus on in order to heal and get better? Okay, what does Sagittarius need to focus on in order to heal and get better? Okay, what does Sagittarius need to focus on in order to heal and get better? Okay, what do we have here? Seeing. So this is the third eye chakra. So you need to open that up and see things for what they truly are here. Perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. Okay, so you need to really open your eyes and see the truth of whatever the situation is that you're dealing with. Okay? Knowledge. If you have knowledge about something but you're trying to alter your own perspective because you don't want to see the truth, don't do that. Okay? Because deep down, if you're having anxiety and you're suffering, it's because you know with your intuition, you know damn well what the truth is. You just don't want to face it. You don't want to admit it because then it's reality. But you're being told here the only way you're going to improve is if you see things for what they really are and open your eyes. Okay? And that's when this energy will dissipate. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. Peace and love, and I will see you guys in the next reading.